guys, it's Quills. It's been a hot second, and I think because it's been a hot second, some of you guys are probably not practicing your anatomy, which is fair because I am a hypocrite too. I've been really sick lately and super busy, and I know that's such a cop-out answer because I could just, you know, time manage better, but no. So let's actually like all collectively get back on track, and that means a lot of practice because oof. So we are actually going to practice on this website. I found it through Reddit, which, you know, is one of the rare cases that you could find good things on Reddit, but I promise it's a good website, and I think it's really helpful, so I think it'd be really fun to try with you guys if you guys are new to this website too. As you can see, I've already laid out my specs considering I don't want to get demonetized, and I think a 30-minute video is what I need right now, so let's jump right onto it. Oh god, she looks gorgeous. Oh god, I'm already getting flashbacks to the last video where I just like started drawing and panicking, and I think, oh my god, the timer's up there. Okay. So how are you guys? I know it's been a hot second, but I promise I'm still here. Holy shit, I'm already panicking. Oh. This is you guys. Anyway, so how are you? I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been a second, and I know I'm being a bad YouTuber by doing these one. You know what? I can't even talk anymore. I'm too like panicked. I don't know how some people do it because I've been in classes with like life drawing where some people are very articulate and they're able to like be very calm and fluent and like still talk normally like my art professor did because, you know, that's basically his job. But no, I'm not there yet. I really want to get to there. I really want to be able to be one of those cool people that can like teach a life drawing class while being in the life drawing class. I feel like that'd be really helpful. I am gonna just move these guys all down. Okay. Oh god, I really like the clothing in this. Holy shoot. She looks like in a My Chemical Romance video if I've ever seen one. Oh god, this is so bad. It's been a while, but I can't say that that's such a cop-out answer. It's been a hot second. I've been busy. I accidentally became important at my part-time job, and now I'm needed there all the time, so that's where I've kind of been, but I've also been trying other stuff. Oh damn, she looks cool. I'm sorry. The bi panic is very gonna come out in this video because she's so pretty. Women are pretty. I love women. Guys are there too, you know? I don't think we've gotten a male model yet, actually. I wish. I mean, I haven't seen one yet. God. Okay, so with her hair and her dress, I don't really see the form, but I can kind of just make one up as I go. Or not. It's gone already. Hey, look, there's a guy. One of the things that I feel like I could talk about is that because I've been I was gonna say like doing YouTube for a while. No, this is still kind of like a casual thing for me, but I have been like really trying to gauge what I can do with YouTube, considering I did post pretty well last year, but I did also make sure that I was smart enough to kind of categorize like which videos took longer, what is needed for some videos, because I feel like some people don't realize the variation of what some videos are needed. Some videos I could do within 2 days, and that's fine. And then some videos take like 3 weeks to edit because I am a coward and I don't realize how long things actually take for me to make. So I've been actually doing a good job in documenting that for last year. And I think now I'm finally starting to like understand how long it takes me to do a project, but that also means finding the time to do the project instead of just planning things out. So that's something that I've had to learn on myself, but I do still want to keep a really good upload schedule, because I'm just me. Fun fact, I am my own bitch. I have like no editor or no one else to like help me make videos. It has kind of just been me and my drawing tablet against the world, which is a lot, but I also really like knowing how to do everything. I know I'm technically at the place where I could okay, hold up, I'm gonna pause it. I'm just gonna move everything around. Because I'm technically in a spot where I could like hire an editor or I could like have an assistant to help me out, I kind of don't know if I want that yet because I like the idea of being my own like assistant right now, so I know what everything needs to get done and how everything needs to get done. I don't like the idea of kind of just like giving someone my work and like not seeing it ever. I like the idea of me being the boss that can kind of lead by example and still like push out the work that I want to do and churn out properly instead of just like giving it to someone else to finish. I don't know, that's not like the leader that I look up to, nor is it the leader I want to be. So despite the fact that I could need help and I should need help, I don't want to need help yet, if that makes sense. But I also like grew up as a very intense perfectionist, so that's probably where that's coming from. But you know, we're trying. Okay, God, she's so pretty. I'm sorry. It's the bi panic. I promise. It's not me. It's you. I'm kidding. It's just me. I've also been very proud in actually getting through my backlog. I know I made a whole video about it, and that's probably like really lame to talk about, but I am really proud of it considering I have so many and I'm finally getting through to them, and I think they're really, really cool. I just finished Silent Hill F, and oh, is it a lot to take in. Oh, this is a cool pose. I don't think I've ever played a game like that, and it was really interesting because they really, I think Silent Hill is such a big franchise that they really don't like, okay, they make space for new players, but like in the beginning they kind of just like drop you in and that's kind of it, and you're just like there with an enemy and they just leave you to die, which I think is fair, but as someone who is new to this franchise, it took me a second. Holy shit, what is happening in this pose? Is this like a horror game? What is happening? This could be a really good idea for a horror game. One of the other things that I've been doing while, you know, I'm not uploading is actually learning how to code and develop, because fun fact, I actually like really do want to make my own games, and I'm not gonna promise anything, especially because, you know, I don't want to do one of those things where I ruin a passion by accidentally making it into a job. What? So I have been doing that on the side. God, this looks so broken without the arms, but it's fine. And I have been doing that like very casually. I don't want to like ruin the idea of like being a game developer or like promising them I'm gonna make games, because I don't know yet, because it's just like a new thing, but I have been really liking it. Lately I've just been making a lot of like short form games on Godot, whatever, how do you say, and it's been really fun. I do like the idea of like making my own games in the future, so hopefully that's something that I'm able to like maybe work on, but we don't know yet considering, you know, how I am. And I don't know what else I should talk about. I mean, I'm still like contemplating Silent Hill F. Alright, I think I should like move this down. So as you can see, it's been a while since I've actually done a bit of drawing, and oopsie, I know it's really bad considering I'm supposed to be like, I'm not gonna call myself an influencer. No, I do want to be like a really good artsy person to look up to, but sometimes not everyone is perfect. I know I haven't really been finding the time to draw art, which is, you know, heresy and treason, but I still want to encourage other people to do it, especially when you're in a scenario like me and it's been a while and you still don't want to discourage people from trying art. Even if it has taken a while and it is like a long break, I still consider myself an artist, and I want you guys to consider yourself one too, if it's also been a while since you've drawn. Because we've all been there. I know a lot of people deny it and they're like, no, you should draw every day, blah blah blah. No, that's not realistic. You gotta make space for the people that actually have other things in their life, because I know it's a pretty competitive thing, and some people like take this to the grave and they're like, no, you have to spend like this much time on it, you have to do this every day. No, just no. I will fight everyone who says otherwise, I swear to God. I don't know, I've always hated how people really do gatekeep like an artist or like the idea of an artist, and literally an artist is just someone who takes the time to make the art, and depending on how much time that takes, how much energy you put in, you can still like make art even if it's not a daily thing, even if it's not professional, even if it's not like going to sustain for a long time. That's still like an art that you're putting into it, which I think is enough. I don't know, I'm definitely gonna be like, if I ever become an art teacher, I would totally be one of those art teachers that's just like nonchalant and like, you know, do whatever you want. I give critiques to people who want it, but I'm not gonna like hold people accountable or like to a gun if things don't work out the way they planned, which is fair. What is happening in this pose? You know, good for her, slay. You know, and I still don't want that for everyone else because, you know, people are very mean about it and they really shouldn't because, oh well, it's an art. Yeah. Other games that I'm actually gonna start soon, I do want to actually start Resident Evil. That's a franchise that everyone and their mom probably talks about, and I want to be one of those people, so I'm actually gonna start 2 soon. And I'm still like on the cusp of like other games. Outlast is gonna take a while because, and I already like Outlast Trials, so I kind of don't want to jump into like one of the older games and do that. Okay, hold up. I mean, Outlast is also just like scary in itself, and I don't know if I want to jump to like the older games when I already love the multiplayer, especially with like Lilia. I don't know if you guys play Outlast Trials. You guys are gonna hear about me talking about it though, but there is an enemy that they introduce where she first of all hides it like as a mannequin, which is scary enough, but then she also is like the fastest enemy in the game, which is so unfair considering they have like 2 really useful mechanics in one character, and it's awful. It is like nearly impossible to get away with her because she just like grabs onto you, and that's all you can do. I'm sorry, this video or this like website is just giving me like bi panic. All these women are so gorgeous, Jesus Christ. Like, ugh. Do. I also have like other form videos that I want to make, but they're just like taking a while, especially like with the complications of some of them. Like I do still want to make a video talking about like how to get started on like Krita, which is, I know, like asked about a lot, but there's just so much things in Krita that I didn't realize needed like its own video for, and it's gonna take a while, but I really want to make that video though because I want a lot more people to use Krita than they're given for. It's just so cool. Okay, I'm just gonna move this up there. I messed that up. I like that this website has really easy controls. I don't know. Sometimes I'm recommended like an art website and it looks like I need like a whole code, a language barrier, and like 5 different controllers to explain how the website works, which is so weird because it's supposed to be like for posing, but some of them are just not as easy as some people explain them to be, and I'm probably just dumb, but I really like this website so far. I think the control scheme is very, very easy and very nice to get into, and I think these poses that they have are really creative. All of these people look like they're in cosplay or something. It's so unique. I really like it. Okay, this one has her like torso pointed. I don't know if I should be talking like an art teacher because I'm not, but I'm like, oh, so what you're gonna want to do is like put the silhouette down of like this dress, but like still have the leg tapered under it so that you have a solid idea of what like the form under it looks, and how every other art teacher talks about stuff. I'm not there yet. I don't think I'm an art teacher. I don't know if I'd be a good art teacher. I know I just talked about this, but like if I'm gonna be a nonchalant art teacher, that means you're gonna get a lot of like, oh, that looks good, which is so hypocritical because that was one of the annoying things that I discovered in high school. A lot of my art teachers, when you just make good enough art, they don't really explain anything else. They're like, oh yeah, it's just good, and then I'm like, okay, anything else? And they're like, nope, it's good. And I'm like, I kind of want a critique here, but art critiques are really hard. And I'm very thankful that in college I was taught how to like self-critique, which a lot of people don't know how to do yet, which is fair. It's one of those things that just takes a while and you really have to delve into yourself in order to do that. But I'm happy that I learned how to do that. But the thing is, like, it's very personal, right? So I can't just like tell you how to do a certain thing, because what if you don't want that certain thing, or you want to emulate someone like this that has nothing to do with like a style that I know how to do. So I think learning how to like self-critique is definitely a skill I think a lot of artists should learn for themselves. Maybe I can make a video about it because you know, it was very helpful to learn. But it's stuff like that, and especially because if a lot of people don't know it, they just like go into the internet, which is fair because, you know, the internet is the internet and it can be very helpful, but some people just don't know what to do and help. And so I've seen like people explain the wrong things before, and being explained and told the wrong things can do a lot of negative damage to someone who's still learning. So, you know, make sure to take the critique, like, not take it lightly, but like understand the source, because, you know, I've seen a lot of people where they will like give art critiques, and in the nicest way possible, you look at their art and it seems like they shouldn't be the person giving art critique. That's such a bitchy thing to say, but it's true. I'm gonna be a bitch then. Some of these people don't have the skill to regurgitate all of the art advice they're giving, because it doesn't look like they understand it either, if that makes sense in a nice way. Or should I even be nice? Some of y'all should not be giving art advice, I'm gonna be honest. I remember one time I went on a forum and I saw someone wanting art advice, and the person, the like top commenter, gave art advice, but it seemed like the art advice they were trying to give was definitely for like a shoujo manga style, like anime style, as opposed to obviously the artist's like critiques about like a realistic painting. And it was just so sad because you can see that she was trying, but you can also just tell like that help is probably going to not help the artist. And you know, it really depends. I feel like as long as people know how to ask for art advice and people know what advice to give them, we'd be in a lot better place right now, but sadly we are not, and you just see a lot of people churning out the wrong advice for the wrong reasons. And but also, you know, it's a learning curve for everyone. I definitely am also kind of learning that too. Sometimes you just see a bunch of like anatomy books. I've been doing this a lot recently where I will browse a lot of anatomy books, and some of them are really cool, some of them are not helpful, some of them is definitely for an art style that is not you, and that's okay. Like, I am currently, as you guys can see, having a struggle on some of these like ruffles, but that's okay, because I'm learning and everyone else is learning too, and that's the thing about art, it's all a learning. Yay, you guys just need to be nicer about it. Oh my god. Especially in the art community, I think I'm definitely like a grandma now when it comes to advice, because a lot of like new artsy people would probably like give you specific advice, but I'm kind of just there like, yeah, draw whatever you want, man, ship whatever you want, do whatever, which some people don't want to hear. Some people actually want good advice, which is fair, but meh, just do whatever you want. I'm probably just like a very nosy grandma at this point. I really like this pose. I wonder what goes through other people's heads when they draw like this, because as you guys can tell, I am fucking everywhere. But that's not necessarily a good thing, because if you get the thoughts out one way or another, your head has more room for other useful thoughts, like how the frick to draw a hand. Which I think is helpful, but that also means during art class I was very annoyed because I did want to talk out loud, but I couldn't because the whole thing was silent, so I kind of just had to just sit with my playlist, and that's okay. And I'm having a struggle with the mouth, but that's okay. Not everyone can have everything, you know? Some people are good at drawing noses, some people are good at drawing hair. I'm definitely trying. You know what, that was still really good. What the hell is happening? Dude, this looks like a boss fight. I'm okay with this guy. Actually, I'm gonna pause it just so I could remove, or not remove, like move everything. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm sorry, I apologize to the universe, but not to anyone else because I don't care what they think. I think another thing that people should learn in art is to just like not care what a lot of people think. In the nicest way possible. Some people just don't know what they're talking about, which is okay, because I think it would be very tiring if you met someone and they took everything you said seriously, you know? Sometimes you just want to talk out loud and that's fine, and sometimes you just want to actually be taken seriously, and that just depends on the person and the peoples, and I still don't know what's happening with this guy. Or girl. I shouldn't assume. I'm so sorry. It seems like they have a lot of like curtainy action, but I also should like get down the base foundation of their body, which seems to be facing the other way, if I can look at that correctly. I don't know. I know that they have a nice back shape because damn. Anyway, I'm sorry. Trying to think of anything else I've been doing. No, I've just been sick, and like I said, I accidentally became too important at my part-time job, so now I'm like a backup manager there, which I should honestly make videos about, because you don't understand how stupid some people are in retail till you've worked there, and even then, you hear stories and you're like, oh, it can get stupider, because that's what I've had to experience lately, and like, I'm not gonna blame that entirely. I know sometimes it tires me out and then I don't have enough energy to make like a video or like do a voiceover, but oh, there are just some times where I'm just like, I should just make a video and put this person on full blast, because what the hell were they thinking? Maybe I should, but I don't know yet. I don't know. Everything's a whole I don't know with me. I don't know how to draw this hand. It seems like they have like a finger out, and then it seems like this hand is just out. Remember guys, you have to try to look more at the reference than at your own art, because that kind of just helps understand a lot of the shapes if you look at it more regularly instead of just having to make it up in your head. At least that's what I've been taught. Another thing that I've had to deal with is to just like, I don't know why this is hitting to me now, considering I've been doing this for a while, but I'm getting a lot of like weird DMs, and I don't know what is up with people thinking that it's okay to DM this to another person. I'm fine. Like, I'm not creeped out. I'm not scared of like anyone doing anything, but like, Jesus Christ, a lot of the weird DMs are happening already, and I'm like, alright, is this already the time where I have to turn off DMs or like notifications, because oof, people and that's not saying to like everyone. I know like the general person on the internet is pretty chill, but just some people are out here and they really think it's okay to like say this stuff. I don't know if I should put on full blast yet, because I don't know, maybe they're gonna realize the error of their ways and apologize soon, but oof. A lot of the fabrics in this are like kind of complicated, but I gotta understand how to like break it up and then it'll get better. Yeah, that already looks better. Alright. One of the things in art that you gotta learn is to complicate things, simplify other things, and go with what works with you, because frustration and doubt, I feel like, kills a lot of more art projects than like procrastination does, which is weird because I know with procrastination you're not gonna get anything done, but like doubt is also like stopping the art from happening. And too much hesitating means that you're just going to hesitate yourself to death and not get anything done, and that's also really bad. I feel bad for all of the projects that I had to like neglect or stop because I was too hesitant to start on it or even finish it, and I think I'm at the point now where I'm so stubborn and like frustrated with it that I realize I could just like go back and do it again, because I never uploaded it. No one's gonna hold me accountable if they're like, oh, but you made it worse than last time. But like, no, this never even left my head, so who's gonna stop me from making it bad now? At least it'll be made, even if it's made bad, you know? So that's the wisdom of today's video, I guess. I don't know. I'm frustrated with all of the projects that I can't get done yet, but I also know that I am a one-person team and I shouldn't hold myself too accountable, because if I genuinely do have the assets, I would totally start these projects. So I really shouldn't blame myself. God damn, that's a cool pose, but I need to make space for it. Is this a video idea now? Is this just me existential dreading for the whole video? Because I'm okay with that. I hope you guys are okay with that too. this is like its own puzzle game because I don't know how to like finagle these poses together. Maybe I should have done more action poses. I know on the thing you were able to like check off which poses you want to do more of. Maybe I should have done a lot more actiony ones because it feels like these are the ones that are more like puzzle pieced together in, then I can like move them along. That makes a bit more sense. Yeah, that works. Do 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 do. These ones like kind of go together, but like not yet. I could try. Oh, this like fabric one, I'm really proud of. That looks really cool. I still don't know what's happening in it, but like, it's fun. All right, I still need to finagle my way into this one. Yeah, I can't think of anything. I think my mind's drawing a blank while I'm trying to finagle these poses together. I feel like next time I do this, I should like stream it so I can actually see questions or like what people want to say during. I'm kind of just making up on the spot what to talk about, which is usually something I'm good at, but considering I'm still like kind of sick, it's a bit hard right now. I hate being sick. It's weird though because I remember in my last video, I think I talked about how much I hate being sick, and I was like, oh well, I hope that doesn't happen again for a video like this so you guys can like hear me better. And look at me now, I'm still sick and making videos like this. That looks good. Alright, now to just move these guys over. One thing that I really want to try more of in these poses is like including the hair. I just realized a lot of these guys are bald even though they're not really bald. That's because I have no space for the hair. Which sucks, but sometimes it just happens. Yeah, no, this is a bit hard. Maybe I could like move this one over there. I don't really mind if they overlap actually. It should be fine. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. Someone in the comments is probably gonna get mad at that, but like, it's fine. It's literally fine. It's just art. Chill. Yeah, that should be enough space for the final one. What else? Oh yeah, besides like the Krita video, I also do want to make videos about wanting to try different art programs, because you guys know I main Krita, and I'm not going to stop maining Krita, but I also still want to be helpful to the other people that do have the other art projects or the other art programs, so it'd be really cool to try like Clip Studio for a while, or Procreate for a while. I actually did try Procreate for a while. It was okay. For me at least. Please don't come for me. And I don't know, I feel like that'd also be very helpful, but I know some of them are kind of like pay to use or like free trial-y, or they do the thing where because it's like a free trial, they don't give you like all of the benefits of like the full program, which I think is pretty bullshit, because if you really want someone to like try your product, I don't think limiting it would help at all, because now it's kind of like a potential for your product instead of showing them like, oh, this is actually how it be. At least for me, I'm not one of those entrepreneurs that's like selling a product anytime soon, but I think as a consumer, I kind of just want the whole package so that I actually know what I'm going to pay for instead of just like guessing. Okay, this pose seems a little off-center, not off-center, like off-balance, so I think I'm gonna move it a bit down. I really like her hair, I just don't know what's happening in the costume, but that's okay. I don't need to know. She just looks like she's about to murder someone, and you know what? I support whatever she's trying to do. She has really cool hip dips. I want to make sure I like incorporate that. I am so tired of people like drawing out hip dips or like editing freckles off people. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? At least, okay, because I'm an artist, like, by heart since I was a child, I've always just seen them as like interesting character, like, not flaws, I'm not gonna say flaws, like interesting character trait, not traits, what is the word? You guys know what I'm talking about. I just think they're like interesting designs. Like, I see them as designs. Ever since I was a kid, I never was like, oh, this person's scars are ugly, or like, oh, this person's hips look uneven. No, as a kid, I was like, oh, so that person's just drawn differently. That's literally how I've always thought of it as a kid. I was just like, oh, okay, so this person's like built like that. And it's so weird growing up and seeing and learning how everyone else sees it differently, or like, no, this is ugly, or like, no, this is unattractive. And I'm like, you guys are cowards in the nicest way possible. Like, you guys must be so boring if you can't handle like this type of shade or like this type of body type. Like, I'm sorry, like that's weak. I don't know, I found it weird that I had to like learn that, because I've learned from other people that like, oh no, it's a thing that they had to unlearn. But for me, I don't know if I was just born open-minded or like learned it somehow. I probably learned it somehow, not gonna be honest, or not gonna lie. I've watched a lot of anime as a kid to understand that some people are just born differently and we just gotta respect it and deal with it. And that just makes life a lot interesting, because I think it would be really boring if everyone was the exact same. Like, in a lot of movies, there's something wrong with the main character usually, or like different from the main character, and that's just how life is. So it's really weird coming back into the real world and like everyone is like telling everyone how to act a certain way or look a certain way, when like we're all the main characters of our own story, and something needs to be fun about the main character, and that's usually just something different, and a lot of people can handle that, and I just think they're cowards. Anyway. I've also just been watching a lot of, you know, animes. I can't really think of any right now off the top of my head because I watch the subs, so they all have like the Japanese titles that I don't know how to pronounce and I don't know how to say, and I don't want to butcher in front of everyone. Because god, do I know what it's like butchering the wrong word in front of everyone, and then everyone just like brings that up to me once in a while and I'm like, yes, I'm sorry, I didn't know how to say this word at the time. Shush. These weapons are really cool. I really think she's gonna murder someone, but she's like doing it in like a, you know how like a praying mantis kind of is? That's giving me like praying mantis vibes. I'm gonna fix the hips a bit because she has very beautiful hip dips and I need to make room for that. Because I'm not a coward and I will draw them in. It's not that hard to draw them in, guys. Look, I'm doing it right now as we speak. I don't know, that really annoys me. Also, to me personally, it really tells the like strength of the artist if they feel the need to quote unquote draw out or edit it out something unattractive about a character, because in the nicest way possible that kind of shows me that you are like not a weak artist, but it shows me that you are too scared to make things look unattractive. But in order to make other things look attractive, you need to show a contrast between characters that might not have a like perfect face or a symmetrical body, and again, that contrast just really makes everything else look elevated when you use it correctly. Because it's okay, have you guys ever watched an anime? Actually, this is a really good example. Have you guys ever watched an anime and there is a character and she is told by like the whole like school whatever that she is like unattractive or is ugly or unassuming, and you look at the character and she literally just looks like every other character in the show. Like she had the same eyes and the same like, I don't know, features and nose shape, and the only difference is like what maybe her hair, and that blows my mind because I'm like, okay, we really need to like get better at drawing variety if you guys are trying to convince me that this conventionally drawn attractive anime character isn't conventionally attractive to the rest of the universe, because then this kills me, right? They will showcase another anime character and they're gonna be like, oh, but look at her, she's so attractive, and they literally look the same. Like it's so annoying because I just don't know what to believe anymore. Meanwhile, there are other shows where, because of the variety of character shapes, like the characters that actually look attractive, or at least look attractive supposed to be in the show, do have like a big change to them that makes them look very different from the other characters. Like, I'm thinking of One Piece. I don't watch One Piece, so don't come after me, please. It's gonna take a while, and I like animes that have an ending. So, but I do give One Piece props because their like character designs and their variety of like how faces look and body types are is astounding, and that really says a lot because the characters that do look attractive and they do look different, and they do have like a similar form of like what attraction is in regards to the show and how they're drawn, as opposed to like other characters and how like they're drawn. And just that contrast is really beautiful to see, and I really like it. Same thing with I can't remember the name. You know what? I'll edit it in. But like I like shows like that. Especially in like romance, when appearance can be a lot to some of those shows, and if the appearance is just very generic, I feel like it's not giving a good romance. It kind of just makes the protagonist look shallow sometimes if he seemingly only goes after this like quote-unquote like boring person because she's nice, but like she looks exactly like everyone else, so it could also just be an appearance thing. I don't know. I think just the beauty standards in a lot of art nowadays has gotten a bit like one note, and I mean, there's a whole thing about beauty standards in art and how a lot of people just need to deal with the fact that attraction is subjective, and it's really hard to deal with it when a lot of media kind of pushes the same ideal of what you're supposed to look like or how to be attractive, when it really just depends. God, everything just depends. I love saying that. That's like my favorite phrase in this. It just all freaking depends, because it does, doesn't it? I completely neglected the hands. Oh wait, no, they're gloves. All right, that's my example. This was still a good read, I guess. I wonder if I've gotten better at like yapping. Hey, we're done. Alright, I'm just gonna clean up this and then we're gonna be done. I kind of want to like give myself a grade, just so that I have a reference point of where I am in improving art, because again, one of the things you should be looking out for art if you do want to take it seriously is improvement. And while I know these poses can be stronger, it also has been a while, so I'm not gonna be too mad at myself. I will say that like I really should make the effort to at least like draw the gesture first, because I know some of these could be a lot more extreme if I just took the time to exaggerate what I think is underneath it, as opposed to just like building the skeleton from the get-go. I know this one is just a standing one, but I could also have it like move out a bit more. This one I know was like a ballerina trying to lace it up, but I really could have been a lot more extreme, because even just like those two gestures itself, I feel like the pose is already like half done, you know? So I really need to remember how to do that. I kind of think I hesitated a bit because I was new to the website and I'm still like getting to know it. I don't really know how the poses are shown yet, but I think I did a pretty good job, especially with like the 3 poses over here. I think they look really cool. Yeah, so that was the practice for this week. I hope you guys practice alongside me, because remember, we are all artists and we all need to practice somehow, and if you guys aren't gonna hold yourself accountable, I will, because I need practice too. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this wasn't too much of a boring video for you and you guys just listened to me ramble, and I hope that's okay. I hope you guys have a good week, day, whatever, and I'll see you next time.